So part of what makes a great management team is their ability to do deals. Now, I want to tell you about a deal that kind of put a smile on my face. Hello, this is Fabi with Equity.Guru, and today I will tell you about a company that I just found out about. And this company pulled a deal that you won't believe, not just because of the terms of the deal, but more so because of how quickly they got it all done, start to finish. That was very impressive to me, and this is why I think that they're being set on a track where they could do many more of such deals. If they do so, there might be a lot of success in this company's future. So let's check it out. This is Emgold Mining Corporation. Now, you can tell straight away that these guys are focused in Quebec and Nevada. That to me is a plus. Why is that? Well, Nevada is the well-known first world-class mining jurisdiction, especially for gold. There's a lot of gold there. A lot of the gold projects in Nevada, they get re-rated. They are basically worth more in the ground than in most other jurisdictions. I think the thought process is that investors believe that if it's in Nevada, because of the jurisdiction itself and how simple and straightforward it is to get the project moving along from a permitting standpoint, is that the project is just more likely to go through and to go into production. So watch out for Nevada. It's very prolific. There's lots of gold there and very promising. Quebec, on the other hand, is very interesting, but it offers something that most other jurisdictions don't offer, which is basically fiscal incentives and financial incentives for exploration companies, for the mining industry within Quebec. So there are, almost like cashback deals that the Quebec government backs for mining companies. There are a lot of exploration dollars that go into the ground, and they get a lot of financial benefits from that. So first round, doing well. I want to tell you about a deal that they made, but before, I just want to show you quickly the projects that they have so you grasp an idea of what their strategy is. It seems like they are very aggressive in buying projects or negotiating projects to add to their portfolio, and from that portfolio they can either pick to sell it on or to drill it out. It's almost like Emgold is a semi-project generator without being a project generator. The way that they operate kind of resembles a project generator model. So like I said, I was kind of taken aback when I first saw their portfolio, because it seems like their strategic acquisitions is their real MO. They're not just gonna stick to one property, try to drill it out and maybe sell it if it works out. They aim to get projects, create the value, and monetize them. And this has been done excellently in just, less than a year. It happened last year, and I will show you what they did. The fact that they have a focus on Nevada and Quebec really helps them narrow down to basically the best jurisdictions for finding gold, silver, and related metals. Now, what they do in order to create this value is they reinterpret and computerize historical data. A lot of these projects have old data that didn't make much sense until you had modern software and modern tools in order to maybe have a second opinion of what the ore body looks like and things of that nature. They also apply modern geophysics. They want to select a few projects in order to bring them up to NI 43-101 status. They can also increase the resources through exploration and create brand new or update technical reports, PEAs, etc. The way that they aim to monetize this is through sale of either cash or equity in good companies, to do joint ventures, option and earn-in deals, royalty generations, etc., etc. This seems to me like a clear message from Emgold, just saying, we're open for business, and whatever makes good sense in business, we will come to the table with. I quite like that. There's something bold about just being open to different things instead of this romanticized view of we found this one property and we believe in the potential of it. We're going to try to make it work as much as possible, because at the end of the day, geology is quite tough. It's a difficult science. Nobody really knows what's underground until you dig it up, and sometimes it doesn't work out in the way that you imagine. So just a few examples. Recent transaction, Golden Arrow, that is in Nevada. They bought it in November of 2018. It's more advanced with a technical report. This is a Golden Arrow resource. This is what they've been able to verify. Gold and silver. So about 250,000 ounces of gold in the indicated category, measured and indicated, which makes it a lot easier for us, is almost 300,000 gold ounces and 4 million silver ounces. So at the end of the day, even if they try to do a deal and it doesn't work out, if they try to sell something and it doesn't work out, they have gold and silver in the ground. Now the grade on this in the gold is approximately 0.8 grams per ton. I had to put these numbers in a little calculator because for gold grade to have OPT is, somewhat old school and not used much of anymore. So we have to take a look at these numbers again. That's part of what Emgold is doing, modernizing things. So when you put the ounces per ton measurement into the calculator, it spits out just under 1 gram per ton. Right here, 0.822. Now, in most jurisdictions, 0.8 would be too low of a grade. In Nevada, it would really depend on whether this is open pittable, whether this is close to the surface, and what kind of costs are involved in getting this thing up and running. So we don't really know if these are economic yet. This has to be work needs to be redone here. There's also the Medora property in Nevada with grade that's almost 3 to 4 times better than what we've previously seen. It does also have showings of moly and copper, so that's always good. And the acquisition cost of it was very low, $200 over a 4-year period. There's also NY Canyon in Nevada, historic near surface, bingo, oxide, bingo, indicated resource of 16.3 million tons of 0.43% copper. So you can see that some of these are early resources. There has been some drilling, interesting showings of gold, of copper, of other metals, and acquisition costs shows that the people couldn't hold these properties anymore and they got it at a decent price. So acquisition cost of $350 and $500,000 in shares. So we could go on and on and on with some other projects that they have and are also negotiating on. What I want to tell you about quickly is the Troilus North. Now, Troilus is a company in Quebec, and there was a property adjacent to what they currently control, but it wasn't part of their company. In comes Emgold, negotiates with this third-party company that had control of this property, and this is what happened. 22nd of May 2018, Emgold announces acquisition of Troilus North property. That's interesting because it says here that they were able to do the deal with approximately $250,000 initially. They had to spend $750,000 drilling it out, and then they would have to pay about $200,000 at the end in order to gain control of 100% of it. Then Emgold goes in. By the end of October, they've already decided that they want to purchase this outright. They say, you know what, we're going to pay your final 200,000 Canadian dollars early, and so we're going to get a little bit of a discount. And so they only paid $175 for the final payment. Shares were issued, the deal was sealed. Great. Well, about a month and a half passes and Emgold flips that property to Troilus themselves, to Troilus Gold. Now they take the property, which by the way bears their name, and sells them for 3.75 million shares, which on average this last month has been worth around $3 million, and a kicker for $250,000 cash. Now this is brilliant because they spent the 750 on the property in actually advancing it. Now this is great because they invested money into understanding the property better, into exploring it further. They paid the initial amount, a little bit less of what they expected for the final amount, and at the end of the day they walked out with, I would say, easily more than $1 million pure profit from flipping this. Now Troilus could have done this deal themselves. I don't know why they didn't. I guess they were just busy advancing their own projects and trying to get into production. But it was very clear that Emgold did not waste any time. This deal was made extremely fast. In the mining world, doing a deal like this fast is something that you have to look at and say, you know what? Props to this management team. So at only 10 cents, sitting at less than $5 million in market cap, knowing that they have money in the till in the form of shares, that they have done this deal so beautifully. What is next for Emgold? They have the backstop of resources in the ground. They have the backstop of the shares that they have in Troilus. I'm sure we're going to see a lot more of these deals, and this is definitely a company that I think could become a lot bigger than you or I imagine at first. Because if they're this fast doing a deal, I'm not promising that they're going to continue to do that, but I think that this could really be something interesting, something to watch out for as we possibly go into a new bull market in gold. That's Emgold Mining Corporation, EMR on the TSXV, EGMCF on the OTC, and EMLM in Frankfurt.